But here we go. Best of 5 grand finals. Not a best of 7, but it's all on the line here. A lot of USD. Shout out to Shopify as well for boosting the prize pool for ESL Open Cup. On top of that, we even have some EPT points, and that will matter towards the end of the year, towards the World Championship. All these points, they do add up, especially when you're these two players here who do farm these weeklies week after week. They're always here, at least in the semis, usually in the finals. And here we go. And we're kicking things off here on Beckett Industries, the best way to kick things off. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Beckett Industries ALE, we have the South Korean Terran. He is red, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. It is Cure. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Beckett Industries ALE, we have the Blue Protoss, also representing DPG. As this is a team kill, it is Zest. Shout out to Darking in the chat. Shaking my head, Darking. Where is Milk? Milk, unfortunately, it has been the case for the past couple of months. When it comes to ESL Open Cup America, Milk can only join me for the first couple of series, say 3 or 4 series, and then he does have to go to work. So unfortunately, he is usually not here for the semifinals and the finals. And that is when I have to solo cast it up. As a result, it is a little bit harder on my voice, but it's all good, mate. It's all good. Do it for StarCraft. Do it for ESL. Do it for these guys right here, mate. Let's go. Alright, and I love how we're starting off here on Beckett. Again, I was talking about it before. The Koreans, they're just not afraid of this, you know? They had one veto each, and they both decided to let this through. I wouldn't be surprised if they let Blackburn through as well. Like, it's just the way things are here. So, yeah, massive shout out to both of these players. We don't get to see it often enough. And we'll see how things shape up here. So unfortunately, we didn't get to follow Zest or Cure today until the semifinals, so I'm not too sure how they've been playing recently. And usually I have like a wide berth of knowledge when it comes to their runs in ESL Open Cup Asia and ESL Open Cup America. But for the past month, I haven't been able to follow those tournaments just because of, you know, of ANZ champs. So yeah, I'm a little bit more in the dark here. You know, I'm curious to see how they've adapted their styles over time, how the meta has changed, and how they're looking right now. I did see that Zest hasn't been having the best time in TSL. He's been having a decent time, but recently did fall to some of those players. I think he's still in it because it's a double limb bracket, but not amazing. Meanwhile, Zest is kind of testing the waters. He is going for a Twilight Council opening, not a Stargate. So with this is most likely going to be Blink, but we'll see if he opts to go for something else here. There we go. Blink is on the way. Very standard opening here from Zest. He's also being as annoying as possible with these shades. Just keeping Cure on his toes. Making sure he's on point with his Marine Micro, can keep up with all these shades, make sure that nothing is committed and no workers go down. And as we can see, Cure is looking to be very aggressive right now. So Zest hasn't been able to make it into the main base at all, and due to that, he doesn't know that we have a 3 racks opening from Cure. At some point, maybe he'll be able to spot this. He is going for, I imagine, a hallucinated scout with this sentry. Doesn't get into the main with the shade, but the sentry, as soon as we see the Haluk, should be able to see all this. I'm waiting for you guys. And if he doesn't, things are going to be scary, especially because Zest took a 3rd base. Yo, Zest is being so greedy right now. This 3rd, sure, he's going to have a shield battery here to defend, but it is so exposed. These are resources that are not being spent in production, in gateways, in army. Zest is still only working off of 2 gateways. Finally, I was waiting for it. Hallucinated Scout. Almost at the 5-minute mark. A little bit late, to be honest. And with this, he will see everything. He sees all 3 Raxes, all the production, but Cure's already going across the map. The boys have been pulled, and Zest does see this, but even if he sees, can he do anything to stop it? He's trying to throw down more shield batteries. The Madman is trying to hold at his 3rd base. Mate, give it up. Hold at the natural. But here we go. He does have a lot of sentries. A lot of force fields are available. Ooh. Nice work there with the shades. He does confirm that the army is rotating towards the north instead. He's gonna try and meet it, but Cure, he jukes over towards the right. Does get spotted by a probe. Zest, you gotta come back. He gets through the choke point. Force fields are not enough. He does cut up the army, but again, a lot of DPS is going down here. Overcharge is being used. It looks like a lot of the SCVs are going down, but what about the Marines? As Stim did just finish up, the Marines are started stepping forward, and it looks like it may be too much. A lot of sentries are going down, but we have a warp in here of Stalkers. The gateways did just finish up, and with those Stalkers and even a couple of probes, Zest, he's able to hold. The probes are a little bit late, but honestly, he didn't even need them. He's just Maynarding in the face of Cure. It did show that he was starting to panic a little bit there. He's like, oh my god, and he had to pull all the boys, but my god, I underestimated the force fields. I thought that it was too late. Cure did a really good job at juking Zest and getting through this wall, getting through this choke point, I should say, and making sure that the force fields weren't ideal. But you know what? Mate, force fields on top of overcharge and all these shield batteries, mate, Zest was fine. And that was a devastating loss for Cure. Cure essentially had gone for a 2-base timing, a 2-base all-in, and Zest got away with a 3rd. Think about that for a moment. That is huge. That is something that a lesser Protoss player would have fallen then and there, you know? Like, give me a Trap, and Trap would have died. Kappa. Gemini is not here. I don't know why I'm roasting on Trap. Give me an Estrella, Kappa. But yeah, like anyone else could have fallen, but Zest, he has just been so good at his defense recently. Not just in this matchup, it's really highlighted in PvZ. PvZ, a lot of people, they don't like Zest's style, but he is very turtly. And I feel like some of those skills can be applied here. This is Cure. He did scan, opts not to go for anything though. Like, he's trying to get back into this. He's still down 20 workers, which is a massive disadvantage. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls workers again and goes for wave 2. Like, if he throws down a 3rd CC, like, he's lost his mind. Oh god. The hallucination does spot the army. We do see that he's waiting for +1 and Medivacs. Medivacs just finished up. +1, not too far off either. Oh god, but look at the scouting from Zest. Observers come out, they're sieged. Zest sees everything. And with that, immediately 2 Marauders get picked off. Cure is trying to find another way in. Zest is meeting him though. If Cure wanted to, he could try and pick up and try and drop into the main base, I guess. Zest, he sees that though. He immediately warps in Zealots in his main. He knows about the possibility. Force Field's a little bit premature. He doesn't cut up the army. Instead, he delays the push. Zealots are coming in though, and here come the Colossus. Extended Thermal Lance isn't done, so they are going to be firing within tank range. But with 2 Colossus and all these Chargelots, it's going to be difficult for Cure to really fight this. To be fair, thankfully for Cure, as that Colossus is taking a lot of free shots. Oh my god, Zest, please, the Colossus is going to go down for free. Ay. Zest with the miss micro. That Colossus literally did nothing. Cure comes in with the boys again, of course, he's all in. And unfortunately, Zest, all these shield batteries, they're not going to come into play. They're at the 3rd, they're not at the natural. Oh god, this is huge. Zest, you're going to have to pull some boys here, buddy. 2nd Colossus comes in, extended Thermal Lance is almost done. Cure, you got to go before that finishes. He's slowly leapfrogging forward. More tank shots are going off. Oh, I don't like this from Curie. He pulls off to try and attack the third base at the same time. Zest is trying to push in, but all of his zealots immediately go down. The Colossus are not dealing enough damage, and it looks like they're being focused down. Curie, he's doing it. He's punching through. There's just far too much man with gun. All the Colossus fall. GG gets called. And Cure takes game 1 with the follow-up all in. Hey, if you don't get him in round 1, it's coming in round 2, mate. But Zest losing that Colossus for free. Jesus Christ, Zest. It was on hold position. It was just stuck there. It was just dead. As we're getting into game number 2 here. And it looks like I'm going to be joined by someone. Oh boy. And let us find out. As we are getting into game number 2, and I am being joined, shout out by the way, he didn't need to do this, but he is coming in to save my voice. Welcome, Ducklings to the stream.
You are very correct, I didn't need to do this. So, hello everyone, I am here. I'm here to save lives of being very lonely.
Gracias, papi, gracias.
Yeah. Welcome everyone, welcome to the grand finals, to the second game in the grand finals of this ESL American number 77. And spawning here in the bottom left hand side corner of the map, the Red Terran player, it is Cure.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the South Korean Protoss. He's blue, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, currently down 0-1 in this best of 5. It is Zest.
Oh, hello, Light. How was game number 1? I just saw briefly because I was setting up the microphone and the headphones and everything, and I just saw briefly 3 racks.
Yeah, it was a 3 racks opening from Cure, and it didn't work. He went for a big all-in, and Zest held at his third base really well. And Cure Cure kind of lost everything. But Zest from there, he just like stayed at home and he teched up to Colossus, and Cure just stayed on 2 bases and just like worked on a +1 timing attack, like another all-in, and pulled the boys. And Zest just wasn't prepared for it. To hold the first wave, Zest held at his third base and he had like 5 shield batteries set up, but for the second attack, Cure hit the natural and there weren't any shield batteries at all there. Like it was just nothing there other than Zest's army. So it was a really nice like position for Cure to push in.
So currently Cure up 1-0.
Yes.
Okay, I'm really impressed because usually when a Terran player makes a strong 3 racks on 2 bases attack and it fails, you're usually dead, you know?
Yeah.
I'm incredibly impressed by Cure and it looks, and that's okay because he recently made the 4th place in ESL 7. So it shows. Yes. So second game, I'm expecting something equally grandiose from him.
Cure has always been a monster in these online tournaments, especially ESL Open Cups. I mean, sure, Zest has more championships when it comes to the ESL Open Cups, but Cure is a very strong player here. And it's cool that he's also finally doing well in events like TSL. Like, he's always been a strong Terran, but he's always kind of been like in the shadow of like TY, Innovation, Maru, you know? So maybe this is his year.
Probably. I mean, he has already started good with the 4th place at ESL 7, and now here in the finals for ESL America. So he's doing good, and he's doing it versus Zest, who's probably not the easiest opponent.
Oh yeah, Zest, top 2 pros in the world right now. You know, you can make arguments between him and Trap, sure, but like regardless, he is one of the best. So very impressive. Again, they're also teammates as well, so I imagine they practice together, and pretty interesting opener. Very different from Cure here, as he's setting up to go into a Widowmine drop.
Yes, just a little more standard and 3 racks, and yeah, 3 Widowmine drop could be pretty powerful drop in case that Zest does not react in time and or Cube caught him off guard. But yeah, meanwhile, Zest on the other side of the map, he's starting with a blink and a robo. We're going to see some action soon from Zest.
Yeah, exactly. He did open up just like this in game number 1, and I mean, we know all about these blink openers, right? Like, you can be very aggressive with them. We have 2 more gates on the way, so we're gonna have 4 gates up and running here. War Prism's gonna be coming out across the map, so I'm a little bit concerned because the Widowmine drop, it is going across the map, and it's not gonna be at home to defend, and oh my god, it's gonna be caught!
Oh no! He's going to intercept it. He saw it, and oh my, no, this drop is doomed, mate. It's doomed. Okay, blink is... Luckily, blink was not done. Otherwise, Zed could have easily blink and snipe the medivac. So that was very luck for him that he did not lose it overall. But yeah, he got caught. Now Zed is going to know exactly what is coming his way.
Yeah.
And I expect that drop is going to do nothing.
Exactly. Like, what I also want to say is make the movement by Cure, by the way. Zest was anticipating that the drop would go towards the right-hand side, and he was trying to catch it, but Cure immediately boosted over to the left-hand side of the map instead. So maybe this drop can get back in, and maybe sneak in and deal some damage, but the problem is that, like, the Blink Stalkers are already across the map, mate.
Yes. They are ready. There is 1 tank in the main base in a good position, so in case these Blink Stalkers just decide to go into the main base... But I honestly do not expect them to. I think he's just going to see the Marines and he's going to retreat. Oh no, he goes in. He snipes the Raven, he's attacking the Marines, and there's a second tank coming, but Zest is doing a lot of damage. He blinks again, he takes 1 tank, the second tank goes down as well, mate. Zed is doing war with this.
There's nothing left, mate. There's only a handful of Marines, and you know what? There's not enough damage here to really stop the War Prism. He warps in another wave of Stalkers, and he's getting out of control. We do see the Widowmine drop, but even if he gets the entire mineral line, which he may, which is pretty big, it's still not enough to deal with what's happening in the main.
Yeah, Night Workers, that was a nice amount of workers killed by Cure, but mate, Cure is losing everything at home.
Yeah, exactly. Even though he was set up with that tank, it was so huge that the Raven went down without doing anything. There was no bunker either. There was a bunker in the natural, but not in the main. And we see Zest. He's going to tie the series. He's upset after game number 1.
GG, mate. Zest ties up the series 1-1. Ooh, mate. What a letdown for the Terran player. You never want to die like this.
Not like this, mate. Not like this.
Especially on a map like Jagannatha. Jagannatha is not particularly good for Blink Stalkers because sure the map is big, but the amount of space that you have to jump into the main base is not. So I was expecting a little jump, maybe a little scare, and just back off. But no, mate, he went for the kill and he got it perfectly.
Yeah, it didn't even matter that he didn't catch the Widowmines, for example. Another arguably surprising thing is that the Widowmines saw the Stalkers, but at the same time, I guess Cure, he didn't know how many gateways there were. He didn't know how committed Zest was going to be, which is maybe why he didn't throw down a safety bunker in his main base, but he was really punished for that. Like, it didn't seem like he was as prepared for those Blink Stalkers. He didn't realize how committed Zest was.
Yeah, regardless, mate, we are tied 1-1, and this has become now a best of 3.
Also, very fast game 1 and 2, by the way. Like, very quick.
Yes, which is good, which is good. I always appreciate fast games. And here we are, everyone. Welcome to the third map, Oxide, Ellie, and spawning here. Wait, let me 1 sec. Where are you? Let me see your camera. Okay, here we are. Welcome to Oxide, Ellie, and spawning here in the bottom left-hand side corner of the map. The Terran player who lost last game and wants revenge is Cure.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the South Korean Protoss. He is blue, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Zest.
This is the first time that I enter a game with so many observers. I didn't know that the numbers for the keys went over 8 and then into control groups.
yeah. These lobbies can be pretty big, and Cure already being a little bit cheeky here with an eBay block.
Yeah, an eBay block. This is very interesting. Something that you rarely see do in pro play. Mm-hmm. I wonder what does Cure have planned for this, because you usually do not block your opponent's natural base unless you have something like very specific planned, very specific timing maybe.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate that he didn't get to build a little bit more, because obviously, ideally, you force Zest to make a Zealot to deal with that eBay, or even force more probes. Regardless, this opener was delayed, so Zest, his economy is hit a little bit, and yeah, a small win there for Cure.
Yeah, by the way, very interesting thing, Cure, he skipped the Reaper. And the SCV didn't go into the entrance, so I guess just by seeing the timing of that probe, he knew exactly what Zest was opening with. So he was not worried that he needed something to scout. And now he needs to scout because, mate, there's a pile in the middle of the map.
So there's a couple of things going on, right? Like, one, this pylon. Zest, again, he's being so aggressive after game 1. I really do think he's like a little bit upset at that. He's like, oh my god, this guy, let's go. We have a proxy Stargate straight dead set in the middle of the map. And if there was a Reaper opening, this would have been scouted 100%. But Cure, once again, like, he's being punished for his own greed here.
100% made, and now the prop going in, trying to see what he finds. He finds Marines. He finds Marines, nothing unusual so far, but 3 racks. 3 racks again for Cure in this second game. I guess he's going to do a similar timing that he did on game number 1. Now the question is he going to be ready for prop? Possibly an Oracle coming in from this target, because that Oracle is going to hit very fast. Yeah,
there we go. Oracle is on the way. Marines are already moving out. This is a big difference, is that this is a much faster, like, 3 racks from Cure. So, I mean, sure, these Marines are going to be across the map and they're going to be able to deal some damage, but they're not going to be at home. So this Oracle, it could, like, things could get really weird and really crazy here in a moment.
Yeah, mate, this is going to be really interesting. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I personally do not like the 5 Marine push, because sure, there are 5 Marines, but look how easily they're being dealt with. Marines do not have very much HP, if you know. 2 probes down, only 2 probes down, and now the Oracle is coming to Cure's base.
Oh my god, and just like that, 2 SCVs. So both players do chip away at each other, but again, like, Zest didn't lose anything, and Cure lost 5 Marines. Like that, I think Cure was hoping that Zest would be a little bit more greedy and wouldn't have too many units at home. Maybe open up with sentries, because he opened up with sentries on Beckett Industries. Fun fact, which is a safer play, but maybe Cure was hoping to catch him off guard. Again, Cure, he's taking a lot of chances in this game.
A lot. And Zest is ready, because he opened with that Oracle, and the Oracle managed to get into the main base. Now he knows that Cure opened with 3 racks again. He should be even more ready than he was in game number 1.
Yeah. Exactly, exactly. He should take this more seriously. He is still, and he did this as well in game one. Like, he's taking a third base, which is crazy to me. But I hit Zest, mate, and he'll find a way to defend it, I'm sure. He's gonna be working on Blink as well for his Blink Stalkers. More importantly, the Oracle's still alive, and oh my god, he finds even more damage. Oh,
he's going down. He's going down. No, it got saved. It got saved. Just barely made 4 HP. One more shot from any unit, and it could have been hitting kills.
Just barely. And that's so important because, again, all this Oracle needs to do is recharge its shields and then go back in and reveal the army. Like, use Revelation, like Scout. That's all he has to do. Cure, he's pushing out once again. Stim is done. Combat Shields is done. But Zest, he's getting ready. He knows that a push is going to be on the way, and shield batteries are already on the way.
Yeah, shield batteries are on the way. We have sentries that can very easily split that army in half and just make a mess of whatever is left. And here comes the Oracle again. There's no army here, so he can do some damage.
Yeah, one of the workers goes down. A couple of Marines do reveal themselves, but at the same time, Zest has to be thinking, where are the rest of the Marines? Like, something's missing here. So maybe he's getting tipped off. He's actually getting ready in case a drop comes in. Kira still not pulling the trigger here. I imagine waiting for +1.
+1, maybe the medivac's incoming as well. But yeah, every time that Cure just waits a little bit longer, it's just more time that it gives to sets to build more units to defend.
To be fair, Zest, he is teching up, and you could argue maybe being a little bit too greedy. 3 gateways are on the way. Robotics Bay is on the way as well. He wants to get into Colossus. It's going to take a while for the Colossus to come out. And Cure's already he's coming, mate. He's not going to give you time for those Colossus.
Oh, he sees. He's always with the probe scouting on the right side of the map. So he's ready at least for a wave. But look, the rest of the army or Cure is going from the other side.
Yeah,
to sandwich this.
He's going to try and sandwich. We'll see how good the force fields are going to be. And oh god, he still gets surrounded.
Force fields are decent, but not good enough. The shield battery is overcharged, and the shield battery overcharge is doing wonders, but not enough.
Oh my god.
A lot of the army of Zest is falling down. The Immortals falls down. There's only a couple of Stalkers left, but mate, the amount of infantry that Cure has left is not much, and Zest is going to hold.
Yeah, Zest does hold. That overcharge, even though the Immortal did end up going down, it took a long time. That Immortal was tanking so much damage there in the middle of all of that. And yeah, again, very impressive that Zest held, because that was a pretty good position for Cure. Like, he surrounded the army. that was probably like the ideal situation for Cure. And like, the shield batteries weren't even in the best position to help out. But despite that, Zest still held.
See, man, Protoss, man, Protoss.
You're like, look at this. It's disgusting. Protoss. Like, what do we do?
I will make some comment about balance, but we would know that for Blizzard the game is done. So.
The game is completed, as Special would say.
The game is completed. And yeah, Stargate finally go down. The Cure managed to find it and destroy it, so no more cheeky oracles that may appear here and there for the rest of the game, at least not now. But that's okay, because Zest is now focusing on his robo units. The first Colossus is already out. The second one is coming on the way, with Thermal Lance almost done, like 3/4 done, and +1 attack is done as well.
Exactly. We did see a scan there, and it looks like, he's going to be using all of these medevacs here. I was thinking maybe zoom and boost into the main base, but instead trying to pick off at this Cyber Core. Could get it, actually.
Yeah, he's going to get it. No more Stalkers for a while.
Yeah, that could definitely come into play later. At the same time, there's a bit of a Zealot run by here. It looks like it will get cleaned up. It's not going to deal too much damage. But again, the Cyber Core going down, like, it is relatively significant.
Yeah, sure. It is not nothing, especially because it's going to stifle Zest Stalker production in case he needed it. And oh, nice. Widowmine? Yeah, Widowmine drop in here in the natural base. Zest reacts. Okay. 7 drones went down, but mate, on the other side of the map, Cure is doing damage as well.
Yeah. I mean, those two Zealots, a little surprising. They were able to get a couple of SCV kills, more than I would have thought, to be honest. And where's the detection? He's waiting for the cannon. They're gonna get more shots off. Oh no, mate, they're being reset.
It's okay, mate. He's going to tank with the army.
Oh my god.
Oh, just in time. Just in time. The observer arrived just in time for it.
Jesus Christ. That was so close.
Yeah, it was like 1 more second, and that army and all the middle line could have been just smoked right now.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, Cure has done a really good job at being aggressive and macroing up behind this. Like, he has caught up in worker counts. He's equal in bases. Zest, like, he's falling a little bit behind. Like, where's the 4th base, you know? Like, you had that early 3rd, but he hasn't been able to maintain that lead. So, yeah, things have kind of evened up from here.
Yeah, the next couple of fights are going to be the critical ones. See how each player is going to split their army, especially because Zest has the Colossi, and has a bunch of Zealots, but they're mostly at home. So one good fight that those Colossi get, and mate, Cure's army is just going to melt.
I'm just worried because, like, where are the sentries? Like, this army feels so naked right now for Zest. He has to be so careful with how he moves.
I'm not worried about the Zealots. There was a bunch of Zealots. Where are they? Okay, they're coming in. They're coming in on the right-hand side of the map.
Yeah.
And look, 2 more Colossi, a bunch of Zealots. This army, man, is scary.
Yeah. Now this is terrifying. Now that the entire Protoss Death Wall has kind of come and become one here. Oh my god, you have a couple of Widow Mines here and there. That's great and all. Cheeky missile turret to help snipe like an observer here or there. But, god. It's gonna be about the engagement. It's gonna be about the EMPs as well. There are a couple of ghosts in the middle of this.
Here we go, mate. The engagement says does not want to engage yet. He's not sure, I guess, about going into this Terran army. The Terran army is fragile, but it's very powerful, mate. A lot of Vikings can easily snipe these Vikings, and look, 5th Colossus go down immediately, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Only 3 Colossus left here. War Prism gets sniped, so no more reinforcements. But the Zealots are getting on top of the army.
There was a nice EMPs on the Zealots as well, mate. So, yeah, no more Colossi, no more Zealots. The army of Zest is now made of paper.
Yeah, exactly. There's only Stalkers. That is all that is left here for Zest. A couple of Chargeless are coming back in, and they will definitely help here. Chargeless are key to try and tank, but, like, there's no more splash damage.
The Vikings go down, the extra DPS is going to help a lot, mate. No more Zealots again, and this 4th base is going to be forfeit.
Yeah, exactly. No more 4th here for Zest. Going to force a cancel. A kill, not a cancel. And now Cure, he's going to dive all the way straight into the main base. Oh, that's a lot of DTs.
That's a lot of DTs, mate. I hope Cure has a scan ready.
Ooh.
No need for a scan. Good EMPs, and GG. Cure takes game number 3.
Wow. GG. And again, like, Zest, he held the beginning very well, right? But like, his 4th was so late, like his transition was very late as well. Like, the army he had at the end wasn't ideal. Like, we saw just how many Vikings there were. Like, those Colossus died almost immediately.
Yeah, it was almost one shot for the amount of Vikings that Cure has. But more importantly, those EMPs really did his job.
Oh, yeah.
Half the Stalkers got it immediately without shields, and the Zealots just melted after that.
Oh boy, and now we are diving in, and mate, Cure, he's leading the series. This could be the final game.
This could be, made, and the map is romanticized. This is a pretty, I don't know, would you say this is a Terran map or a more balanced map overall?
Oh, it depends on your play style. It's
because,
like
look, if I were Zest, I think this is a perfect map to do again the Blink Stalker link that he did in map number 2.
True. The main is pretty big. It's a big main.
The main is pretty big. There's a lot of space to run away in case everything goes wrong. Yeah, mate, here we go. Countdown has begun and countdown has finished. And welcome, everyone. Welcome to map number 4, Romanticide. And spawning here, the Terran player, currently up 2-1. It is Cure.
Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide, ALE, our Protoss player. He's down 1-2. He needs to win this if he wants to take it to the ace match. It is Zest. No! Every time. Every time.
That's okay. That's okay, mate. We have demon swap. We have the better half.
Okay. Ay. Shaking my head, Jim. So
Jim Stream is going to get a nice radio cast this game.
Oh, god damn it. So this is something that I don't know if you haven't experienced it, but we complain about it all the time here on ESL Americas because this is the one where Jim casts. He is awful at joining games. It takes him like a minute to join games, and like 50% of the time he misses them. It's awful.
Look, I know, mate. I have admin in tournaments where he's been the caster, and I always have to invite him manually.
Yeah, same.
He cannot join games on his own.
Same. That's what I like. That's what I have to do. I have to get used to it again because I haven't casted ESL Americas in like 3 weeks. But every single time I have to be the one to invite him. It's like, mate, there's a lobby link. What do you do? Click on the goddamn link, buddy, and he just doesn't click. I don't know.
Yeah, that's just Jim things, mate. You get used to it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like I have to imagine like after a game ends, he like looks away, he's talking to chat, he's like doing a dance or something, and like I don't know what the hell is going on. Just Funada Jim.
Funada Jim Rising, please. But yeah, at least this game here, Kieran says no. Unlike Jim, they know what they're doing. Cure going for the 1-1-1 apparently. Again, he skipped the Reaper. Mate, did he also skip the Reaper in game number 1?
I believe he did. It's something that he does a lot. It's becoming a lot. It's becoming.
It is kind of okay when you're playing against your teammate, so you're pretty familiar with how he plays. So it's probably okay, but for people watching, please make the Reaper. Just make the Reaper.
When you ladder, it is safer to make the Reaper. This like Reaper-less style, Cure has been doing it a lot more recently, and a lot more like Terran pro players have been doing it as well in this matchup. It is greedy, but again, like if there's no ultra aggression, like it can be worth it. Meanwhile, speaking of being greedy, Cure, mate, that's a very fast RTC.
I like it, mate. I like it. I love it when a Terran player goes for a really, really fast CC and goes on punish. Well, I hope it goes on punish. I mean, currently Zest has not done anything like super aggressive, and yeah, he's not going to do. He's going for his own tier base.
Yeah.
He wants to catch up in economy, and has a Stargate and has an Oracle ready. See if he does some damage to he can catch up.
You say catch up, he wants to get ahead in economy. Now he does scout the CC. Ooh, he delays it even. And with this, mate, I wouldn't be surprised if Zest throws down a 4th base. Like, he's like, oh my god, you are being so greedy right now. Let me get some forges up and running, like let's take all my gases. Like, we're in for a longer one.
It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, especially since that CC got scouted pretty late because it's already done. It's already done. There's no way that you can abuse of it. Abuse of it very fast. By the time you have an army ready, Cure is already going to be taking advantage of all his extra economy. So all you have to do is basically just try to catch up, especially technologically, be a little greedy yourself. And try to be as annoying as possible with this Oracle, which currently says is doing pretty good.
Oh yeah, a couple of SVs went down, delaying a couple of structures here and there. Behind this, and this is what I was talking about, double forge, right? Like, because what is Cure going to do about this? Like, Zest is perfectly safe to do this, which is why I kind of wish that Cure also went for double eBays. Only one eBay for now, which is fine, but again, both players kind of just trying to get away with as much as possible.
Oracle came again delaying one structure again, killing one SCV. 6 kills so far in that Oracle. He's been doing good. Says it's going to be a little scary every time he tries to move out.
Yep.
At least until that Oracle is dealt with. I'll be honest. If I were Cure right now, I'd probably build at least a couple of turrets just in case.
Yeah, I mean, he does have Marines in position for his mineral lines, but as we've seen, Zest, he's been abusing the production. Like, he comes in and he kills a couple of building SCVs, not necessarily the mineral lines. So, yeah, maybe a missile turret would be better, but at the same time, you know, these Korean players, they want to cut corners as much as possible. Speaking of cutting corners, Zest as well, I don't know if you noticed, he went for a very fast robotic spay. Colossus is already on the way.
Yep. He's taking advantage of Q's inability to attack so fast, and just as I say that, Q is starting to move in the map.
Yeah, but you know what? The Oracle, it does spot this, so Zest is aware that his third base is under threat. Is he going to be punished? Because he didn't just go Colossus, he's going double Verbo Colossus production. Like, this is so greedy from Zest. And 5 gateways are on the way. They're not done yet, mate.
Yeah, they're not done yet, and the army is here already. Now, there's only one tank, so it's not as much DPS as one would want. But mate, +1 is almost done. Steam is done. This is going to do some damage.
Nice force field.
Nice force field.
He delays the push, but immediately he just picks up the tank. He gets over the wall.
The first Colossus has arrived.
Oh my god, that it has overcharges being used. The tank is still dishing out a lot of damage, but a lot of the buy was falling to this Colossus.
Because I gotta say, a nice trade, I think, for Zest in the end, because the most important part, he didn't lose his Colossi. And he kept most of the workers in his base. So and overall, I think it was okay for Zest.
Definitely. I mean, he lost gateway units. He lost 5 probes there, which, I mean, that is something, I guess. But he killed the tank. Now this follow-up push, like, where's the threat here? Sure, there's a couple of Widow Mines, but there's no more tanks here. Like, there's no major backbone to this army.
Yeah, definitely. And the 5 gateways that Zest was building early, they're done, mate. They're done. So he can easily, he can gather troops more easily now.
Exactly. And I feel like Zest is getting away with a lot here, even picks up a medevac. Cure, he's going for a double drop. I love this. Try to pick apart Zest a little bit. As long as he's able to avoid the detection here from Zest, and it could go well. Oh my god.
Oh, he's going for another drop on the right side of the map. I love it. Zest is looking for the army on the right hand side. He's not going to say it because he's now all in medivacs. And look, Cure scans, he sees nothing, and he says, "Here's my time."
Yeah, exactly. We see a warp in here in the natural at the same time. Cure, he's diving straight into the main base. This drop, it should be cleaned up. There's no anti-air, so he could even evacuate this drop.
That was a nice Widow Mine shot. Props starting to go down. There's a recall for the Stalkers here. Oh mate, Zest is start to lose a lot of props. 13 props have got down so far, and most of the army is going to get away.
Oh god, exactly. The drop does escape. Meanwhile here, everything got cleaned up, but there's still Widow Mines in all the mineral lines. Like, there's 2 here, there's a couple in the main. No!
Oh, 6 probes. That's gonna hurt.
Oh my god. More shots.
Even more now in the main base. 48 workers for Zest, 71 for Cure.
Exactly.
You don't want to be more than 20 workers down, mate.
Where are... Like, that's it.
Oh, that's it. That's a fast GG. And Cure made is our ESL American number 77 champion.
GG. The Widow Mine shots were just too much. I was just quickly checking. Zest did have detection, but his observers, they were too far out. There would have been more shots. Like, they would have reset once again once the observers showed up, and... Oh god, there was just Cure. He just pulled Zest apart there. Zest, he was doing a really good job at being greedy, right? Like, he cut a lot of corners there, and he almost got away with it. But that drop changed everything.
Mate, I think Zest was a little premature in his GGing. Like, yes, he was behind, but he was not dead yet. He got a good army still standing, so. A little premature, but I mean, it's his choice, and GG, mate. Cure did very well, and enjoy your victory. Enjoy your how many $100 he takes? 250 or something?
Yeah, a lot of money, mate.
A lot of money, mate. More than we are making here right now.
Exactly. I would also say that you say premature. I mean, Zest, he was down 50 supply, and Cure was going for another massive Doom drop. To be fair, I don't think Zest saw the Doom drop coming. If he did, then it makes even more sense that he would GG, but like he was falling apart, mate. Very nicely done by Cure. I also think it was very close as well, even though it was a 3-1. Like there were a lot of those games where like, again, it was kind of on the edge there, and I feel like again a lesser player in Cure's shoes would have just lost. But yeah, very impressive play by Cure.
GG. That's exactly how I wanna play in the future. When I grow up, I wanna be like you.
When you grow up. When I hit my 60s, I want to play like Cure, you know?
Yes. You know, the day when there are no more StarCraft players left and it's only me. Finally, GM.
That was my moment, mate. Oh, God. But yeah. GG. Well played. Congratulations to all the players here, not just our 2 finalists. I also want to give a special shout out to Razorblader. I don't know if you noticed, Razorblader had the run of his life today. It was very difficult. He had to go like every single series was an ace match up till the semis, and Razorblader, he took down 4GG, he took down MaxPax, he took down Nice. It took Cure to stop his run. So yeah, he really popped off today, exceeding all expectations, even his own. So yeah, just an insane run by Razorblader.
Yeah, he can retire now. There's no going up from here.
He's peaked, mate. That was his swan song, you know? Like it's done. It's over. And yeah, the other one was, I don't know if you noticed, but ex-CJ Hero, he did return today, and we almost saw Hero versus Zest semifinals. He was knocked out by Estrella, but again, Hero, it's great to see him back from the military. He has already been picked up by Dragon Phoenix Gaming, and he's looking very strong right now. He took down Scarlet, took it to the ace match versus Estrella. He's still not back at his peak form, but it's very impressive how good he is already after being back for like a week.
Yeah, cannot wait to see more of him probably in the next season of ESL, or more likely the next ESL Super Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good for him. Like, mate, there are some good players that are starting to returning. I don't know if you saw a tweet a few weeks ago, like, who was it who was returning and was looking for a team? There was another Korean who was returning from the military. Was it Classic, I think?
Yes. Classic is returning later on this year. Gumiho, True, both of them are returning. There's another big one. God, what's his name? Can't quite recall. Leenock recently came back as well. So,
I feel, mate, that in about like 2 or 3 more years, we're going to see like a resurgence in Korean StarCraft, just because all of those players going to the military are returning.
Yeah.
They're going to start competing again.
I mean, in 2 years, 2 to 3 years, we should have Zest, Stats, and TY back, because Zest is also going this year to the military. And Stats, of course, already went. TY, he's going, so... Yeah, this is a weird year where we're losing a bunch of players, but we're also gaining players that are coming back, and they're like tagging each other in and out, you know, when they go into the military barracks, you know. It's crazy.
Yeah, but we would know that the cool thing is going to happen when everyone returns.
Yeah.
You know? Everyone will be very old, but everyone will still be playing here.
Exactly.
It's going to be like Blood War.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, God. Yeah. GG. Well played. And thank you so much, Darking, for joining me today. You didn't need to, but I appreciate it for the finals.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it was just only a few more games, and I saw life very lonely, and I did what I could.
Thank you. Also, massive shout out to Milk and Cookies. He was casting with me earlier today before he had to go to work, so I do really appreciate it as well. I did see that you were asking, if you're wondering, Milk, he is a lecturer. He's an assistant lecturer for a university, and they have afternoon or night classes. And so this semester his schedule was changed, so he has to do that instead. as opposed to last semester where it was like morning
I would
classes.
have never thought of Milk as a like teacher guy, you know, an academic guy.
I mean,
but good for him. Good for him.
Yeah. I mean, he's a pretty good programmer. Like, so that's kind of what he helps teach. So yeah, like software development and stuff.
I mean, who isn't? But okay.
True. Good. So yeah. Thanks everyone for joining us. Thank you for all the subs as well. You know, for Chelch and for Shurs, Renegade for the raid, ET Pwn Home as well. Thank you so much, everyone. And our next broadcast, fun fact, will be tomorrow with this very in 2 days with this very same person. It's going to be, if you recall, Executor Playoffs Day 3.
Yes, it's going to be very exciting, very fun. There's going to be some epic matches. Epic matches going on, like some matches that I will consider that are starting to become like a classic in the Brazilian scene. You know, we have the number 1 and number 2 players playing in the upper bracket. You know, number 1 Eric, number 2 Pelasur.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
Then the TVC Classic of Turner de Serlock, and ended up with a PvP that is going to, pretty sure, give us a lot to talk about.
Yeah, it's going to be Turkey Dana versus Shakti, right?
Yes. The
best in Brazil. So if you want to tune in to that tournament, that is going to be Thursday, 7 a.m. KST, or Wednesday evening in the land of the Americas.
Yes, afternoon. 5 p.m. Mexico, 7 p.m. Brazil. You know, take into account the time zone where you are, and that's the time.
Yes, exactly. So of course we're going to be casting that in English. I'll be here with Ducklings. We're going to be cheering for our Ducklings, Eric. We're going to have the rematch between Eric and Kelazur. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous.
Oh no, mate! Only 2 more days where you can brag about having the number 1 player in Brazil.
Mate, what are you talking about? Eric's
or
gonna
who knows,
win,
mate?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he wins and you can do it for a couple of months more.
Mate, for the forever, mate. Oh God. But yes, thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you in 2 days.
Ciao. Everyone.
Ciao.